Ed Kavalee, and welcome to the final Joy of Sex.
Tony, do you think people have got the idea by now?
I think they have. Most of them are already at pilot stage.
Oh, most of these people already have a show on Gem.
I think they do.
But what is the best way to end a series?
Well, like this, of course.
Kimberly. No!
Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
Yes, the bombing of the Melrose Place apartment block was perhaps the most shocking act of terrorism in pre-9/11 US history. As you saw, each cast member got their own personalised pile of rubble to the face, although who survived was largely a contractual matter.
Yeah, fair enough. And what will we be doing a cliffhanger ending, Tone?
No, of course we won't.
Nah.
Or will we? Shows end for many reasons, and most often it's low ratings or the involvement of Matt LeBlanc. But my favourite reason for a show ending was what happened to Armed and Famous.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that? This was the show where celebrities were trained and deployed as actual police officers. Remember LaToya Jackson on the beat?
Tonight we're going to be doing a prostitution sting.
I have a question. The Johns that usually come around, are they usually armed or just...
You should think that they are armed, obviously.
No John is going to hurt these two girls, not on my watch.
Oh, thank God Eric Estrada from Chips is there to make sure nothing goes wrong. I mean, at least he played a cop. LaToya looks like she should be on the ghost train. But sadly, and this is true, Armed and Famous was cancelled after 4 episodes when Officer Estrada jumped into an ambulance and abused a stabbing victim who had confused him with Emilio Estevez. So, a man who's really been stabbed confuses a man who plays a cop on TV pretending to be a real cop with another actor and is surprised when he gets a mouthful. What an idiot.
What an idiot, Tony.
Now, if your show's ending and you're signing off forever, it does give you the chance to drop one final bombshell before you leave the building. And I'm sure many Law and Order fans would have been surprised by this announcement from Elizabeth Rome's character.
You've already made a decision?
I have. You're fired.
Is this because I'm a lesbian?
Now, that's usually what I say when I'm sacked, but this was a bold move by the show's makers, as the character's sexuality had never been mentioned once in 4 series.
Okay.
The response to this question made for a very poignant finale for her character.
Of course not.
Good.
Now, that's quite a coincidence because, of course, the opposite of a lesbian is a dick wolf, so very poignant there. But one big mistake, moving on, one big mistake people often make at the end of a series is when characters whose chemistry depends on an underlying sexual tension... Go on. It's the last episode. Give me the drink spiker's grin. There it is. When characters whose sexual tension... they finally consummate their relationship, and this results in a falling off of viewers. And, of course, we all know this syndrome. Famous examples include Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd on Moonlighting, Lois and Clark on Lois and Clark, and reportedly Todd and Brandt in the upcoming Beaconsfield.
They do look happy. OK, Tony, so if we're going to have our last show, have we shown people everything they need for their own hit international TV format?
I'm not sure.
Have we had cooking?
Yeah.
Well, have we had industry standard amount of Peter Phelps?
Oh, of course we have.
Good. Have we had a nasty judge or host? Oh, no. What about weight loss?
Nothing.
Tony, you can't have an international hit without a nasty judge telling people off for not losing enough weight. Don't panic. I can help us with the nastiest of the nasty, the host of Fat Family Diet.
Watch out, fat families. It's time to get off your wobbly bums and melt that lard. Watch out, massive fatties. The lard police are in town.
OK. Now, this is a real show. Look at him strutting around. Now, is he the nastiest host ever? So far. But how is he going to deal with the traditional contestant sob story?
I'm scared that I've crossed that line now where you've become not just fat, you've become one of them freakishly fat people. The type of people that you see in the beds on the television. And they've got too fat to get up.
OK, I think she's being too hard on herself there. I mean, she's just waddled up a stairwell without getting stuck. And the guys on the bed with the washing stick, they're heaps worse than that. And what about the people that have to be craned out of their house?
Them.
Or what about those poor people just walking along the street, shot from the back for a news story about obesity? Very unfair. So what does our host think is behind their weight problems? What medical condition? Food addiction? Thyroid trouble?
Too much time sat on their fat bums, that's their problem, plain and simple. If they don't pull out their chubby fingers, they'll be on the way to an early grave. Watch out, Cuffs, enough is enough.
Oh, no, he's lovingly identified the medical condition known as overly inserted chubby finger syndrome. And doesn't he just seem delighted at the prospect of their early grave? Well, naturally, he can't wait to pull out the oldest trick in the reality host's book.
The interesting thing is, you're not morbidly obese.
Really?
You are super morbidly obese.
OK.
Disgusting. The old reverse psychology. Tell them they're fat as and then just stick to it. That is the meanest host ever.
Very true. But I've just realised it's time for a break, Ed.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about what to do when your show is finished. You have to decide what network you're going to be on.
Oh, yes.
And there's so many to choose from now. Have you seen on the digital channels ABC 5?
What's ABC 5?
It's just a picture of Ruth Cracknell screening 24 hours a day.
How's it going?
Apparently, it's rating through the roof.
Looks good.
After the break, the best all-shouted ending to an Aussie TV show ever. Don't miss it!
You will regret it if you do.
More shouting after this! Oh, the ads are finished. Welcome back, I'm Tony.
And I'm the judges from My Kitchen Rules.
Yes. Now, the most important thing to do at the end of a series, which is what this is tie up all the loose ends, and what better way to do that than with an all-in Aussie shouting match, as in the mid-90s Brisbane-based drama Fire. Do you remember this? The big question was, who is the pyro?
Problem? We started it! I don't care who started it! Hey, come on! Listen!
The word is out! Roman Street had a go at me in the pub last night, and they all think it's a joke.
I don't give a stuff what anyone else thinks.
Say it's true.
I am not the pyro!
What does it matter? What if one of us was gay? What if one of us had AIDS?
Who's got AIDS?
There's a line for your show reel. That is my favourite sort of Aussie acting. Phelps is on high and all bets are off. May the loudest man win.
Yeah, but what about this show? What about our loose ends? Who's our pyro?
Well, I think we all know who it's going to be.
Silence in the court. Don't you dare. I've heard enough.
What was that?
What's going on?
I don't know. Now, after all the shows we've watched to put this series together, hypothetical people also ask me, what's the single greatest piece of acting that you've seen?
Yeah.
Well, I'd honestly have to say it's this.
Batman? Yes, Mr. Wayne. Have you heard Mr. Freeze's scurrilous demands? Just briefly. If Robin and I act as go-betweens, are you prepared to make the telecast at midnight and pay the ransom, Mr. Wayne? I have no choice, Batman. Then may I suggest you tape the broadcast from the commissioner's office an hour earlier, and we will have a dummy package of money. A dummy package of money? That sounds risky. Risk is our business, Mr. Wayne.
Does it get any better than that? Adam West! Yes, what an incredibly high degree of difficulty to pull that off. Imagine the current Batman trying to do that. Yes, this is Bruce Wayne. I'm Batman. Really? Why are you doing that ridiculous voice? I'm the Dark Knight. Are you sure? That sounds like Jack Klugman to me. Now, if you didn't think that was the greatest performance ever on TV, check out Commissioner Gordon's reaction.
Two fine men, so dissimilar in many respects, and yet so similar in others.
Yes, very similar in that their voices are exactly the same.
That is wonderful acting from the Chief Commissioner, but do you think that he's got the powers of deduction needed for that top job?
Sure.
Tony, the number one question I've been asked while doing this is, what is that shit? When is Thank God You're Here coming back?
Okay.
The second question we both get asked is, what is the worst show you've seen on TV? And I say, have you seen The Renovators? They say no. And then I tell them about Keys to the VIP.
Oh, tell us about
a show
this.
where expert pickup artists see if amateur pickup artists are up to their standard. Let's meet the experts.
Pick-up commentators with perspectives descending from the four corners of the male's psyche. There's Alan, the cold, calculated master of pick-up analysis. Peaches, an ex-all-star jock-inspired seduction specialist. Sheldon, the mysteriously coy and unorthodox philosopher.
What an impressive bunch of sleazy men. There haven't been that many sleaze bags in one room since the NRL season launch. But, well, these guys are here to turn ordinary pricks into full-scale, top-of-the-range douchebags. And meet tonight's contestant, Down Pat.
My name is Pat, and welcome to the Playpen.
Why does this guy need to be more of a stud? He's already such a catch. He can dance and he has a playpen. There's nothing creepy about a grown man trying to bring girls back to a playpen. But Tony, if you think that Pat is a shallow lech with some half-baked dance moves, then you are wrong. He is very deep.
And over here, guys, this is my little music station. You know, some ladies like the musician, guy with talent.
Yeah, ladies like guys with talent. Pat's talent is to buy a keyboard and then not learn how to play it. Why did he go for the double keyboard? Because if the ladies love that he can't play one, they'll go crazy when he realises he can't play two. But maybe, hang on, maybe I'm being too harsh on the guy. As Pat himself explains, he's all about helping the ladies.
I'm a part-time personal trainer. I'm not gonna lie, I only train hotties. Form's looking perfect from this angle. Remember, pain is weakness leaving the body. It should be getting really tight in your inner thigh right here. It's just a gift I was born with. What can I say?
All of a sudden, I'm wishing Sheldon was around with some unorthodox philosophy instead of Down Pat's orthodox sexual harassment. But Down Pat shows us how to make the ladies feel comfortable. Feel their inner thigh while licking your lips. So, what do the experts make of him?
But he seems like a really cool guy, straight up, humble, comes from a good family, multi-talented. I think he's gonna do really well tonight.
You know what? That basement gives women about 1,000 reasons to come back to his house, so...
What? 1,000 reasons to come back to his house? I think the girls have a number of reasons to call the police. Hey, ladies, come to my soundproof basement in my mum's house so I can try and molest you on a bench press.
Well... right. We're certainly tying up loose ends, and after the break, well, it's time for our final mystery guest. Or is it? No, it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
Welcome back to the Joy of Sex. Tonight we're tying up the loose ends. Now, Ed, once your series is in the can, there's a few cosmetic details to be taken care of. For example, here's something I forgot. Every individual episode of a show needs to have an episode title.
What, like...
Well, something they can put in the TV week, like Episode 12, Best Laid Plans.
Oh, OK.
Like
well, that sounds like... That's a good one. Why don't we use that one?
Well, I've done some research. Turns out there have been a total of 83 shows with an episode called Best Laid Plans.
No. But are any of those Australian?
No, they're not. Well, apart from Underbelly, Sea Change, A Country Practice, GP, Something in the Air, Carson's Law, Fireflies, Newlyweds, Hey Dad, Good Morning Mr Doubleday, Yes, That's a Real Show, Spellbinder, Ship to Shore, and 3 separate episodes of All Saints, there have never been any Australian episodes called Best Laid Plans.
All right, let's just go with 3 Men and a Monkey Baby then, shall we?
Now, this being our final episode, we are looking at endings.
Yes, we are. And, Tony, wouldn't it be amazing if our mystery guest was someone responsible for one of the most amazing endings on Australian TV ever? Oh, yes!
It's Peter Helliar! Helliar?
Take a seat.
Helliar with an A.
With an A.
Not an E.
Take a seat.
Yep.
OK, Pete. Welcome.
Wow, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, it's our pleasure. But it's true you are a TV nerd like Tony and myself. That's fair enough. OK, so we're taking endings, Pete, and you can tell a show is close to the end when it goes too far.
Yeah.
So, Pete, what's your favourite jump the shark moment?
It would have to be... Who remembers... You remember E Street?
Of course. I based my life on its teachings.
Yeah. E Street was a nice suburban, you know, like kids doing their thing kind of soap opera that, you know...
It was friendly.
It was friendly. It was very friendly. And then the ratings weren't going so well, so they introduced a character. That character was Mr. Bad.
Mr. Bad?
Here we go. It's Kate Raisin.
Looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
Bit of cupboard work.
Nothing scary. You can tell by the music that nothing scary's about to happen.
Yes, of course.
And hang on a second. Whoa! 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 Yeah, my only criticism, I don't think they cut back and forth quite enough.
Oh, okay.
I think, can we have a look how many times they went back? I think they could have done a few more times. Just yeah. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. No! They stopped.
The look on her face is, I am going to kill my agent. All right, that is a fantastic jump the shark moment, Pete. But I think that Underbelly has gone too far. Latest series of Underbelly. Have a look at this.
No fighting in the bar, girls.
Okay.
You got a problem? Take it outside.
How about it, Aki? Out back, winner takes all. You're on.
Okay, so it's like an all-girl fight. That's a good
There's
cliche.
a fight, guys, there's a fight.
So everyone's loving it, yeah, but this is an all-girl fight back in the Razor days, but because it's Underbelly, they have to have one special element. Wait for it. Wait for it. And there we go. Both of them away they go. Oh, and the horn goes off. Look how much these punches miss by. Look at this. Here he comes. Whoa.
Oh, the 1920s. What a time.
Pete, do you think they went too far?
No, I think it's that's pretty edgy. Because I have man boobs, and there's nothing worse than being hit in the tit. It really, seriously, it hurts.
Okay, Peter, is it true that you are responsible for our very own Warwick Kappa going too far on TV?
Well, no. Hang on. On which occasion did Warwick Kappa go too far on TV?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Let's take a look at what happened, shall we? Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, you're disgusting. You just flashed his What a pig.
Kimberly, I'm having a real problem with Warwick, and he just dropped his pants and flashed Sarah Marie and I his penis. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's inappropriate behaviour for this house. Nobody appreciates it, and nobody thought it was funny.
Oh, I think some people thought it was a little bit funny. The most surprising thing about that clip is that Kimberly Cooper was a celebrity at that time. But, Pete, what part did you play in that?
Well, I went into that Celebrity Big Brother house. We were doing Rove at the time, and I went for one night.
Okay.
I went as a part of Rove. It wasn't part of the Celebrity Big Brother show, but as a part of Rove, and we had a microphone set up, and I would chat to... And anyway, I had to stay in the house. So once the show was over, I stayed in the house, and I was chatting to Warwick Kappa, and I suggested that he might want to spice things up a bit.
By doing what?
Well, maybe whipping it out. But
So it is your fault Woz got evicted from Celebrity Big Brother?
I didn't think Warwick Kappa was even listening to me, let alone considering following my advice.
What if he does the same thing on a Celebrity Apprentice? What then?
Look at Pauline Hanson. Yeah. The most embarrassing thing about going on Celebrity Big Brother was...
What happened?
We were about 2 years into doing Rove, and they said, we're going to put you into this Celebrity Big Brother house. You're going to be like a special guest and all that. And I thought, OK,
like a big
weird.
reveal.
Yeah, and Big Brother, OK, contestants, please welcome your special VIP guests. And I come in, and it's like Kyle Sandland. This is like 10 years ago. Gypsy from Home and Away, Sarah Marie. Not one of them recognised me. I was like... I'm like doing a bit of...
They're looking behind you like, hey,
Well,
they're behind that
is
guy.
Philip Seymour Hoffman? Well, it has to be said that Warwick Kappa has bounced back. His career is stronger than ever, as you can see in his brand new show, Kappa's Slappers. What exactly is that show, Ed?
It's basically a show like Charlie's Angels, where he gets his slappers to go out and chase down appearance fees he's still owed. up against his evil nemesis, Dr. Edelstein. Frightening.
Now, after the... Do you want to stick around, Peter?
I would love to.
Excellent.
We've got a very special Not On My Network featuring another mysterious mystery guest.
Ooh, that's sizzle.
And as a special treat, let's go to the break with the Underbelly Razor Dancers. Oh. Welcome back to the Joy of Set. Still Tony, still Ed.
And still with us is Mr. Peter Helliar.
Yes.
Now, we're all going to take our tops off in a moment and have a traditional Sheila fight.
In a non-gratuitous way, but first it's time for... Yes.
OK, here's how the game works. Tony, Peter and I are going to read out 3 terrible ideas for a TV show. One of them is real and was actually made. A final contestant from our audience will guess which one it is.
And that lucky man/woman is you, sir, over there.
If you guess correctly, Michael, you will take home a wonderful end prize from the always loose Joy of Set's gift shop.
Yes, and helping us out with the pointing tonight, would you please welcome the man himself, celebrity Big Brother evictee, Mr. Warwick Kappa. Yes, there he is. And keep them on, please keep them on. And up for grabs tonight, what a selection of prizes. We've got Full Forward, the Warwick Kappa autobiography, Kappa Uncut, the X-rated DVD, I Only Take What's Mine, the classic Kappa single, the rare Penthouse Black Label All Kappa edition, and the newly released Quantum Physics Explained, Wazza Makes It Easy. Yes, it could all be yours tonight.
There he is in the place.
Warwick
Kappa.
Wow.
All right. Don't make him do it. Here we go.
Keep it in the pants, Biz.
Here we go. I'll start.
Oh my God! Someone's machine gunned the gift shop.
I think Warwick was in there, Tony.
Is he all right? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh God!
Oh God!
I hope that's going to be pixelated.
Somebody shove your shorts off.
No! My God! Who would possibly want to harm Warwick Kappa? Why is Warwick in that montage? And when was Owen Wilson on our show? I'm confused.
So is that our big cliffhanger? Who shot Warwick?
Don't forget to plug the website.
Oh, no, we will, Warwick. We will.
Thanks, Warwick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it from the Joy of Sets. Next week at this time, a show about what's really going on in rural Australia. The farmer wants a farm. But in the meantime, a big thank you to Peter Helliar. And, of course, there's only one way to properly end a series. What do you reckon, Pete?
I think you did it exactly right.
What about a slow-motion montage of emotional high points?
Bang on, Ed. Good night, everybody.